Namo Narayana, and welcome back. We're on the final video today for Adi Shankara's Sata Sloki. I have really enjoyed this particular piece out of everything that I've read by him so far. There's been some of the stuff I've read, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's good. This one, though, I think has covered a lot of bases, a lot of different ideas in a very rational way. And it doesn't matter if you're a Krishna follower or a Shiva follower or whatever. I think this just... It's really, by taking a rational approach, it's really open-ended, feels so much bigger, like it's written for a bigger audience. 100 verses here that we've gone through, and we're in the last 10 verses, so let's just see what it says. If to any person, whoever he may be, the realization I am Brahma has arisen as a direct experience as a result of the nectar-like glance full of matchless compassion of a Sadguru who is a realized soul, then such a person is a Jivan Mukta for whom all doubts have ceased to exist, and whose mind is free from all delusion. He continues to live in the body till his prarabdha karma is exhausted. Then, when his limiting adjunct in the form of the body-mind complex ceases to exist and the body falls, he attains the supreme, eternal soul abode of bliss, Brahman, and becomes a Vidyahamukta. I am not the body, nor the organs of sense and action, nor the extremely fickle, perishable mind, nor even the intellect, nor the vital force. How can I be this mass of absolutely inert objects? I am not the ego. I am far from identifying myself with my wife, my house, son, relations, my field, my wealth, etc. I am the mere uninvolved witness of all these, the pure consciousness, the innermost self, which is the substratum of the entire universe and is most auspicious, free from all contact with the effects of Maya. All the things in this world which are of different colors, such as blue and yellow and whatever, and are of different forms, are objects seen by the eye. The forms and colors are of many kinds, but the eye that sees them is of one kind only. The eye is thus the seer, and the objects are to be seen. But the eye itself becomes a seen object for the mind which sees the eye. The mind, with all its modifications in the form of various objects, becomes an object of perception for the self, which is the witness of all and is ever the seer. The self never becomes an object of perception. It is ever the subject. Because of ignorance of the fact that the object in front is a rope, it appears as a snake. Similar, because of the ignorance of one's real nature, the self appears as a very miserable jiva, or a limited soul. When the delusion that it is a snake is removed by the words of a well-wisher who asserts that it is only a rope, it is found to be only a known rope. So also I realize from the words of my guru that I am not a jiva at all, but the immutable witness of all, who is bliss itself. This next verse is in the form of a dialogue between the guru and his disciple. Guru, tell me, what is the light for you in this world? Disciple, during the daytime it is the light of the sun. At night it is the light of the moon and the lamps. What is it that enables you to see the sun, moon, and lamps? It is the eye. When your eye is closed, what is the light for you? It is the intellect, which is very bright and capable of knowing everything. What illuminates the intellect and gives it the capacity to know? I myself. Oh, therefore, you are that self who illuminates all. O Guru, I myself am that supreme light Brahman. The Jivan Mukta continues to live on this earth until his prarabdha karma is exhausted. During this period, he does not at all identify himself with the body-mind complex. He is not affected by the pairs of opposites such as heat and cold, honor and dishonor, success and failure, etc. He is ever pure, free from the conceit of I and mine, ever contented with his mind firmly fixed in contemplation of the self, the very incarnation of the supreme bliss of Brahman, and he is totally free from delusion. He performs all his daily activities happily in an indescribable manner, his mind always free from attachment. When the incomparable purifying realization of his identity with Brahman, which is of the nature of pure consciousness itself, arises firmly in the mind of any person, the idea of difference between the Jivatma and the Brahman, which he harbored till then, gets destroyed immediately. By that realization, Maya, which is the cause of transmigration, is also destroyed for him. Thereafter, even if Maya exists for others, it cannot cause any bondage for him because of the strength of his realization of his real nature as being identical with Brahman. After sucking the juice of a fruit such as mango, a man throws away the rest of the fruit, even though it is still very fragrant. Similarly, the Jivan Mukta, who has realized through the scriptures that this universe has no ultimate reality, ceases to look upon it as real and becomes fully absorbed in Brahman, which is existence, pure consciousness, non-dual, immortal, and bliss itself. Having become self-effulgent because of the realization of identity with the self-effulgent Brahman, an absolutely calm in mind, and having realized with a discriminating mind that this entire universe is insubstantial, he gives up all attachment to the world. When that Brahman, which is pure consciousness itself, which is untainted by the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, which is indicated by the words, thou art that, and other mahavakyas, which is immutable, which does not come within the scope of the injunctions of the Vedas, and which cannot be conceived of by the mind, which is the indwelling self of all, the supreme Lord and ruler of all, is realized by a person as his own self. Then, immediately, all the accumulated results of his past actions, his karmas, are destroyed. The knot of the heart by which the Atman and the body-mind complex are bound together is cut asunder. All his doubts, which are the cause of his repeated births and deaths, are resolved. The wise man should understand that the tree of transmigration has his past karma as the root, desire, anger, etc. as the branches, delusion, pride, joy, grief as its many leaves, gives only repeated birth and death as the fruits, has sons, animals, wives, daughter, etc. as the birds living in it, and is very vast in size. Knowing the real nature of this tree at its beginning, middle, and end, namely that it is perishable, he should cut it down with the sword of detachment. He should always concentrate his mind in meditation on Lord Vasudeva, the indwelling of all beings. The entire universe was born from me, it is sustained by me, and it finally merges in me. I am that Brahma, by the mere remembrance of whom all auspicious acts, such as sacrifices, even when efficiently performed, attain completeness and yield the desired results. I most happily prostrate before that changeless, supreme Lord. Thus ends the Sata Sloki. So, I open the door to all of you to comment on your thoughts of this great, profound piece of writing. Comment on anything, any part of it, this video, another video, whatever, good or bad. It is very, I will say, it feels, what's the word? I had the word while I was reading, optimistic. It feels very optimistic to me, because you can have realization according to this. It's not impossible, and you can achieve God now, and then when your body dies, you will be there. It was interesting, he said in the line, even if others still have Maya, it won't create bondage for you. I thought that was so good. I think of a guru that I won't say I followed, but I read some things he did and watched some videos of his like well over a decade ago. And his students had written stuff on his website. And I remember one student, a young woman, probably in her late 20s or 30s, saying, thank you, Guru. With you I have achieved enlightenment, yada yada. I hope I never lose it. And I remember thinking, and I was very spiritually immature, but I remember thinking, I didn't know you could lose enlightenment. I thought that was just kind of permanent. Basically, she was saying that I've seen through this illusion, but I hope that others won't, put me back to where I am. And I was like, I don't think that's enlightenment that you have then, if it's so easily disrupted. If you have truly seen through the illusion, you have seen through Maya, you have self-awareness, I don't think people can take that away from you. If that's truly what you have something else. And that thing isn't strong, or it's only temporary. If you leave the guru, will you still have it? That's not self-awareness. Self-awareness is with you. And I thought this was very interesting because he basically says that if you have broken through, doesn't matter what others do. You're not going back. Your karmas are purged. Your bondage is gone. Others cannot put you back into bondage. Which is why religion, it's totally side note, is the enemy of people who want to control the world. Because someone who truly believes in religion, who truly believes in God, you can't put them in bondage. On some level, they are always free. It doesn't matter what you do. We have story after story after story of ministers and Jews and whatever who were killed in Germany. And they prayed to the end and they sang songs to the end. Yes, they died, but they never let go of the Lord. If you truly believe, the government hates you because they can't touch you on some level. They may hurt your body, but you know that there's more than just your body. Your body is just impermanent. That's what this is said. Everything I've read in this piece by Adi Shankara is let us know that the body is just the body. None of this matters. Your soul will continue and it will live on. And I agree with that. Even though I'm not a follower of Adi Shankara, I'm not an Advaita Vedanta, follower. I don't always agree with everything. I do agree with him. The soul lives on. The Shiva continues well beyond this physical plane. This is just a momentary thing. It's like high school. We all go through it, and we get out of it. We don't want to stay in high school forever. And then you move on, and you do other things with your life, and that's what this body is. It's like high school. And college will come next, or maybe tech school, or maybe you'll travel, or whatever. This is just a thing. That self that is the light inside, that is eternal. That I do believe. Yeah. So, thoughts, comments, anything at all related to Adi Shankar, please let me know. Happy to see. I'm happy to see everything that's written, or go back and forth or correspond or whatever. Or if you suggest something else I should be reading, please do. Whether it is in line with him or opposing him or whatever, I'm interested in checking everything out. Thank you sincerely for watching this and staying with me and learning with me as we learn together and as we praise the Lord, because that's what this is really all about at the end of the day. Theology is one thing, but it all comes down to, So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.